Hi everybody, thanks for pressing play on the video today. It's Caroline here from craftycarolinecreates.com. This is today's beautiful project, which is this really lovely woven Easter basket. Can you see that? I just think it's a really lovely little basket. It's a really good size, 3 by 3 inches by about 2 3/4 deep. It is really sturdy. You can fit a huge amount of Easter eggs in there. I must apologise about the clashing nails. I went for nails, yellow nails, thinking I was doing Easter projects, and then I started doing this project in yellow cardstock and realised it kind of camouflages. Apologies for that. Just before we start making the project, just a reminder that today is the very last day of Celebration 2017. So if you do want to take advantage of those offers, either by joining Stampin' Up and getting 2 free stamp sets, or shopping and getting a free item for every £45 you spend, or getting an extra £20 of freebies if you order over £200, you need to do that before 11 PM tonight. Okay, and of course you can do that over on craftycarolinecreates.com. This is a long video, I'm not going to deny it. A few bloopers along the way, a few technical issues, but hopefully you will see how to make this beautiful box, and because I just think it just looks really lovely, doesn't it? And it's all made of paper. Okay, let's start. Okay, so to start making a box, just going to bring this scoreboard in, and we need some strips. So we need 3 strips like this that measure 12 inches by 3/4 of an inch. And I've already been a bit eager beaver in my prep, and I've scored them all already. But I'll just do it again just to show you. You need to score it at 3 inches, 6 inches, and 9 inches. And you need to do that to all 3, which I've already done in advance. All of these dimensions will be on my blog. You then need 8 pieces, and these measure just a smidgen less than 3/4 of an inch by 8 1/4 inch. And by making them just that little smidgen shorter, narrower, it just means you'll get a much neater box. And again, these need scoring, and you need to score these at 3/4 of an inch, 3 inches, and at 6 inches. As I said, you need to do 8 of those. You need 8 that you score, and then you need a 9th, which I have here, which you don't score, and this is going to be your handle. You then also need 4 little pieces. These measure 1 inch by 2.5 inches, and I've scored it at 1/2 inch on the short side. All of the dimensions of the card and the dimensions for scoring will be over on my blog. Okay, and while you're cutting, you also need a square that measures 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and this is just going to help us reinforce the base. Okay, that is all of our pieces made, and we're now going to start our weaving. And for that, you need to bring in your these are the shorter pieces, the bits that measure 8 1/4 inch, and we're going to use some glue dots to help us as we start weaving. I'm just going to take a piece with this little, I'm going to call it the little flappy bit. So this is 3/4 of an inch bit at the side. So go down from there to the second score line, and I'm just going to put a glue dot there. I'm going to bring in another of these strips, and I'm going to sort of turn it the other way around. So this is the bit that doesn't have the 2/3 of an inch section. And I'm just going to lie those on top of each other so that the score lines sort of match up. But you can see we've got flappy bit here and non-flappy bit there. Okay, very technical today. Now I'm going to bring another piece in. I'm just going to, before I do that, just put a glue dot there so that I can stick my next sheet on top, because this one goes under. And because we have a flappy bit here, we want a non-flappy bit next to it. Just line that up as closely as you can. Okay, next to it. The beauty of using glue dots for that is it does still give you a little bit of wiggle, so we can twist it a bit more. Now we're going to go underneath. So in this case, I'm going to put my glue dot. So this time I want the flappy bit, and we're just going to put a glue dot underneath this score line in this case. Oh, I put it in the wrong place. Let me peel that glue dot off. We're going to put the glue dot here, because this is going to go underneath. So this one went under, this one went over. This one is then going to go under. Okay. There we go. And last one, so with no flappy bit, again is going to go over. So I'm going to take my glue dot and I'm going to just pop that down there. Okay. And just pop that on there, and you can see those score lines match up nicely. And you can see how our basket is going to take shape. So this is the base that we are weaving at the moment. Can you see that? Okay. Now I'm going to bring in my next flappy piece, and you can see we go, if you follow it round, we've got no flap, flap, no flap, flap, no flap, flap. So this one, we need a flap at this end, and we are going to go underneath to begin with. I'm just going to slide this in underneath, over, under, just like that, and push that up. Okay. Just need to pull it through so that your score lines wrap round. Perfect. And then just use your fingers to push that up as far as it will go. Perfect. Bring in the next one, and this time we want non-flap at this end, and this is going to go the other way. So just going to weave that in, up, under, up. Okay. And then we can push that in again. Just got one of my hairs caught there, move that out of the way. And again, let's push that up as far as it will go. Okay, and we are nearly there. We're going to put some glue dots on the end bit just to help it stay in place. So this is going to go under, so I'm going to put the glue dot on here. So again, flappy end at this side, and we're going under and just pushing that up. Okay, and then under, over, under, over, push that up into place. I'm just going to stick one more glue dot there. We'll just at this stage just help it stay together, so you're not going to worry too much about flaps pulling out as you're making it. Okay. And just push those tightly together. And as I said, when you cut these strips, make them just a tiny little bit less than 3/4 of an inch, and that will make sure that when you come to fold them up now, it folds up really nicely. It's not too tight. If they're all 3/4 of an inch, you probably find it's a little bit tight. So you can see our lovely woven base. And now it's time to start weaving our sides in. So what I'm going to do is just to help me, just going to fold up all of these strips and just make the creases as sharp as we can with a bone folder. Okay. Oh, got a glue dot stuck to my table. Get rid of that. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in one of our strips. Sorry about that, my camera battery died. I think I was just about to start weaving up the sides. So we had folded and burnished the edges. So we are now ready to start weaving the sides. Now, just a word about these little flappy bits we've been talking about. When we get to the top, we need to make sure that we are in this configuration so that these flappy bits will fold over and give us a really nice, neat finish. So that means when we start weaving, we need to make sure that we go under the first flappy bit. So when we get to the top, we're in the same configuration as we're going to do 3 weaves as we go around the box. So I'm going to start with a glue dot on the back of my bit. This is the 12-inch bit, just to hold that in place as we start. I'm just going to do this on the first row. I'm just going to put a glue dot down as I weave, just as we did on the base, and it just helps you to hold it in place as you start to weave this round. So we've gone over, under. This one is going to go under, so we need to put a glue dot on the back there. And then make sure the paper is as far down as you can get it. Okay. And then another glue dot here. I'm going to fold that up. There we go. Okay, so you can see on that side how that weave is coming together. Okay. Fold it round the corner and we're going to go under. And again, a bit of glue dot to help us. Hold it in place as we weave it round. Under. There we go. Oh, my battery's flashing at me again. I'm not sure what's happening here. Okay, and just one on the back of here. Okay. Oh, still on my bone folder. So just going to fold those up and remember to push the paper down as far as you can get it. There we go. So that's side 2 done. So side 3 starts under, over, under, over, like that. Okay, and again, I just find, I mean, you could probably get away without putting these glue dots. I just find it makes it a little bit easier as you are building it up if you put those glue dots in, just to help you hold those pieces in place. Okay, one here. One on the back there. And one on the back there, okay. And then we can just fold those up again, trying to keep it as tightly together as you can. Okay. And then our very last corner, we've reached now. Just like that. Perfect. Let's put a few more glue dots, especially on the end corner. You're all right to me and tell me not to use my bone folder for my glue dots now, aren't you? Sorry, it's a bad habit I have of using my bone folder to peel off my glue dots. You shouldn't do it because it does make your bone folder sticky, but everybody has bad habits that we shouldn't do, don't they? Okay. Oh, I've gone off camera, apologies. Okay, I'm going to finish this row and then I'm going to change my battery on my camera again because I don't want it to cut out unexpectedly. Okay, there we go. Okay, we got the first row done. So I'm just going to stop and okay, I'm back and hopefully that battery is now going to last for the whole of the video. So we've done our bottom weaving. I'm going to do our next one. So I'm just going to start with a glue stick, a glue dot on here. I'm just going to start at a different corner this time. There we go. And we're just going to weave, like I said, all the way round. Under, over, under, over. Okay. Pull that tight. So under, over, under, under, over, under, over. Okay, and that was a lot quicker, wasn't it, getting round? I think just taking that extra minute. Oh, that's not right. I said I'd done it right and I haven't. I said it was a lot quicker, but then I did it wrong. So let me do this again. So I started and did exactly the same weave as I did last time. So now we can start and do it under, over. So I didn't really have a weave, I had a weave but not an alternate weave. You know what I mean. Anyway, under, over, under, over. There we go. And under, over, under, over. There we go. And then under, over, under. Oh, last one, over. There we go. Just pull that one into place. I've got a little glue dot there to hold that last one in place. And then just push down all of your legs as far as they will go. There we go, it's starting to look good, isn't it? Okay, and then we just need to do our last one, which is going to start here with a glue dot, and we're going to start here, under, over, under, over. But all you can see is my... Okay, somebody's saying I shouldn't be filming this video because that was my memory card full, which caused the camera to cut out. Maybe I should just give up and go to bed. What do you think? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Hopefully you'll think the end result is worth it. Under, over. Just keeping weaving to the very end. Okay, there we go. Just slide those pieces down as far as you can go, and you can start to bend over those little flappy pieces, and this would just help to give you a really neat finish at the top. Okay. If you just take that minute to do the glue dotting for the first row, you don't need to do it subsequently. I don't think you do anyway. Okay, let's keep going. Just keep pushing down. Okay. And then you can use glue dots, or you can just use some Tombow to stick those little flaps down. I'm going to use a bit of Tombow just because of a bit of variety, you know, used a lot of. And there we go. This is definitely going to be one of the longest videos I've put out for a while, but I think the project is worth it. And if you can see, if you've got those little gapes there, again, you can just put the glue dot or a bit of Tombow behind to stick those down as well. Because you know me, I'm all about a nice neat finish. Okay. Okay. You can, of course, I'm sure most of you fast forward through these bits when I'm doing these little finishing touches. Okay. Okay. And what I like to do is to make this a really good sturdy box. I mean, it is pretty sturdy at the moment. As I said at the beginning, we've got a little piece here. This measures 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 square. A little bit of Tombow on the back of there, and just pop that into the bottom of your box inside, and that will just reinforce the base, even though, you know, it is a really sturdy box anyway. And then these pieces that we cut off, I like to just pop them into the corners. Oh, they're too long. Whoa. So I said 2 inches by 1/2 inch. I'm going to say 2 inches, 2.5 inches by 1/2 inch. I'm going to say do them 2 inches. I'm just going to cut off by hand 1/2 inch, and we're going to put a bit of Tombow on, and these are then just going to stand in the corners because our corners aren't all connected. Again, you don't need to do this bit. This is just me trying to make the perfect box. Okay. I need to trim it. There we go. Pop those into the corners. They will just help to keep those nice and tight. You just do these last two. Oh, forgot to trim them, didn't I? There we go. And trim this one before I put it in. Oh, which one have I not done? Putting two in the same corner there. There we go. Okay, and that'll just help to hold it together because the box is 3 by 3, so we needed a 12-inch strip. So there's no sort of overlap as we wove it. So this will just help to keep that together. I said you also needed another piece that measures the same as the woven bit. So this measures 8 1/4 by 2/3 of an inch. I'm just going to gently fold that round with my bone folder, and then this is going to make my handle. So let's just use some glue dots as I have them to hold that in place. If you do want to use it by handle, though, I would suggest you use some Tombow or something a little bit stronger. But just for speed, I'm just going to use glue dots now, because I do want to do a little bit of stamping to help decorate it. So you know, whoa, this is Stampin' Up after all. There we go. Though our glue dots are very strong, I would suggest something like Tombow. Okay. And then to decorate it, we are going to do a little bit of stamping. Hopefully I didn't show you that too difficultly to make. It really isn't. Once you get the hang of it, and the effect I think is definitely worth it. It's very pretty. This is a very lovely Easter stamp set called Basket Bunch, but it's also got it's got some really lovely flowers in there, and the basket is beautiful for other occasions. So we are just going to do a little stamping using these two Easter chicks. And what I've cut out already, this is Garden Green and this is Whisper White. And I've just used the layering ovals to cut those out. And we're going to start by stamping our sentiment, actually, so we know where to put our chickens. And what I've already mounted is this one that says an Easter treat for some bunny sweet. But because we want to use the chicks, I just want to put an Easter treat. So I'm going to do that by using my marker. This is the Garden Green one. And if you get the right stamp set, I'm just going to use the brush tip to ink up the bit that I want. So just putting ink on the top words. Okay. Just like that. Then I'm just going to give it a huff. And I'm going to stamp that at the bottom. I'm just going to do it here so you can see where I'm doing it. So there we go. An Easter treat, just like that. You see, you can use your sentiments without using the whole phrase. Then I've got some Calypso Coral ink, and I've mounted up these two little chicks. They do come separately, so you can use them independently. Again, let me just take this off camera to do the stamping so I can look down and get it in the right place. Okay, those are my little chicks there. And then I've just got my Daffodil Delight marker. And I'm just going to colour those little guys in. Daffodil Delight, little yellow Easter bunnies. Easter bunnies chicks. A few years ago, Eva's nursery actually had some eggs that they hatched into little yellow chicks just before Easter. It was very cute. The children loved it, going in every day to see if they had grown and if they'd hatched. And yeah, we didn't talk about where they went to after they'd hatched, but it was a really lovely project. Oh, right. It's been a long one, this one, hasn't it? There we go. So I'm just going to stick that down in the middle, just like that on some dimensionals. And then this is just going to go on the middle of my basket like that. Find the side that looks the best. Think it like that? Yeah, I think like that. Okay. 2 dimensionals on the back of my sentiment. There we go. And just to finish it off, I have a little bit of, this is the Succulent Garden Whisper White ribbon. It's a little bit furry. I'm not sure if that's focusing for you, but it's a really nice ribbon. And I'm just going to, I can't even believe I am attempting to do this on camera, but this video has been jinxed enough, hasn't it? I'm going to tie that round, just like that. And we're going to try and tie a little bow on the handle. Now, confidence, Caroline. I'm already seeing it failing in my head, so I need to have confidence that it's going to work. I'll pretty it up for the pictures, but you get what I was trying to achieve, hopefully. A nice little bow, like that. Let me trim off the tails. And there we go. I think that is a really cute, very stunning little Easter basket project. That woven basket technique, relatively easy to achieve. Hopefully I didn't make it look too complicated, because honestly it is not. As always, if you enjoyed the project and you'd like to buy any Stampin' Up products, do not hesitate to get in touch. It would be my absolute pleasure to help. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.